Hello. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Gonna check, see that I have my chat turned on. I hope you guys can kind of hear me. Gonna check, see that I have my chat. Put the music on a little bit louder, blah blah blah. All right. Let me check. Put the music on a little bit louder, blah blah blah. All right. Let me check. All right. That's a little bit loud. Okay. So what I wanted to show off is how Jesus, this music is like non-copyright stuff from 2004. Alright, so I wanted to show you what I've been working on lately. How I do trenches, how they evolve, and the different types that you can use to kind of customize how things look. Because you don't want to just everything to be straight up this, alright? Because it's very hard to orient yourself. No way in hell you're going to be able to navigate this in any shape or form. So yeah, I've done some like just basic trenches. I've done these wider trenches that are kind of, I don't know, I might turn these into like little dugouts, you know. I could add some more dugouts. I have a couple of them already. Let me just walk through this for you guys. There are multiple routes to take, and of course there is just you flanking around and just hopping in from the side as well, of course. But yeah, let's see. I gotta be honest, a couple weeks ago, going into like play mode only took a second, and now it's starting to take a lot more than just a second. I get 70 FPS right here, which is, we'll see. I might have to delete some stuff in the future. But yeah, here's a little walkthrough of the trench system as it is right now. Choices of going left and right, of course. There's these little pathways that you can jump on to get out, or these little random logs just to change up the color of the trenches a little bit. Not every trench system is exactly the same, of course. A lot of walls, you know, so if a grenade drops in here, you're not instantly fried, right? You have a chance to kind of hide behind this. That's the thought behind that. Some bits are collapsed. This is the other route you could have taken, which is the same kind of straight way, but as you can see, this has a little dugout-ish thing, right? Some logs. Yeah. This side of the trenches is kind of collapsed, getting taken over again by vegetation. This system you're looking at right now is about 1 kilometer in size, but since there's multiple routes, I don't know exactly how long my trenches are. But the minimum amount of trenches right now is 8 kilometers, which is, I think it's a little over 5 miles, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that could be 8, could be 9. How you doing, Daz Miller? What's up, man? Just doing a little run through of the trenches here. I can like hop out and zoom out a little bit in a second, because it's, I mean, I can show you every single trench, but it's quite disorientating. This is where you can hop out. There's also a little bit here where there's just like sandbags, access sandbags stacked, you know. They got to keep them somewhere, right? So yeah, this is going back to the big camo net. This side of the trenches is kind of collapsed, but still working. Some of these spots are just made to hop out the trench easier. Because not every bit of sandbag you can just walk over. Some are too steep and you have to jump on. You know how it is. An Arma movement is kind of clunky, but it works in those golden moments. So yeah, a lot of stuff on the side here. Let's get to the next little bit of trench here. Another dugout. These are not filled up with anything yet. These are just, you know, just here to look good right now. I am planning on maybe adding, like, extending the roofs out, putting, like, sleeping bags over here. You know, you can kind of make a little table here that they use for food, or maybe put a table in the middle here, put some laptops on there, make this like a little drones, you know, little drone section that people use. That's the first little bit of the kilometer of trench. All the trenches are connected by these open bits, so it's not just one continuous bit of cover. There's also these like risky open bits. Yeah, not much detail yet though, honestly. This is just like these duck boards, right? These wooden planks, sandbags, and logs. That's it so far. You can do a lot with that if you're creative. Like put some bushes on there. Let me show you what that looks like from the top. Put some bushes on there. Put sandbags on top. So this is kind of a safe-ish place to be when mortars drop. Maybe, except for if they drop right here, you know? It's supposed to be like an older section of the battlefield. Like, you can see the grass and stuff is taking over again. Stuff is growing inside of the trenches even. Right? See, there's grass on the floor there. There should be, like, plants and stuff here and there. Yeah, like right there, there's a little bush growing through the sandbags. Oh, there's a camo net over there, so let's check that out. And one over there as well, so let's check those out. I'm hoping people are gonna kind of give me some feedback of like, how do I say this? Like, let's say you played this spot a lot for some reason, and you're like, man, this ground right here, I can't really shoot over it properly, you know? And you just give me that as feedback in Discord. I up these bags just a little bit, make it so it's kind of more usable. Or I can lower the terrain right here, or remove this little stump, you know, whatever. What's up, Daddy J? Looking forward to playing this. Thank you, man. I love hearing it. Love it. See detail everywhere, mate. Not just in the elements you use, but the story of why they are there. Yeah, about the story, I'll show you in a minute. I have a couple places that have like helicopter crash sites, but it's not just like a broken helicopter placed on the floor. It has like a trail of broken dirt following it, and in the farmlands it like messes up the fields and the trees, and yeah. I still have to kind of clear sight lines, because if you don't really know the map, then it just looks like you're looking into a random forest right now, but that right there is a road. Not sure if you can all see that right now. I upped the bitrate for the stream so that you guys have better visuals, because I was trying to save my internet a little bit in the previous streams by putting the bitrate at a lower rate. Not sure if that did anything, but I upped it again. These little... You wouldn't believe how long I spent just looking for these little... I don't know what to call them in English, but... It's not wheat. It's not weeds. It's... like some sort of grass or whatever. But I found it. It's growing in the trenches. Of course, there's also these stumps in the middle. I haven't used any of these yet, but we could probably put some bunkers in here or something. Yeah, welcome to the trenches, Mr. Jakar. I've done about 1 kilometer of trenches like this with this sandbag setup. So again, a little place to, you know, rest your gun. Or maybe, like, let's say you push in from the sides here, you know. You throw a grenade right there, you push in here. You get a little view of the people coming in. You see their heads poking out. A nice place for an MG. Or maybe, I don't know. If people decide to use helicopters in this map, I guess this is a nice place to rest your gun and just become like a meat version of an anti-air gun. I know some of you are absolutely wild with the AK and just shooting down MI8s with a single magazine. Some of your guys' clips are wild. But yeah, this is what I said. Some of the bushes are growing through. I did not hand place every single tree in this map. But stuff like this, if you're like, oh, that's a coincidence. No, it's probably not. I probably took the time to orient this and everything. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's continue. This is like the first 100 meters or so, or 200 of the trench. Some more corners here. Little open bit. This is the exit, which obviously is gonna bring you into the new part over here. Not a lot of cover. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this yet, but I was thinking of putting a little bunker in the middle here, or just have this be like multiple dugouts, little living quarters, you know, put some logs across here, and just have actual beds or tents. Maybe a little Christmas tree right here. Who knows? I don't know when the map's gonna be ready, but it might be Christmas time. Might be a long time. So yeah, this is basically like a figure 8, I think. See, this is one circle, which brings me to the next bunker. You're gonna love this. Oh, little bunkery bunker. Of course, the camo nets to hide you from the sun or something. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of putting helicopters in a trench map. Maybe drones. I don't know. Maybe drones that drop grenades. I've seen some of those. The bunkers are going to be real handy to escape that. Or maybe they drop it right through and... I mean, if my gun fits through here, I'm pretty sure a grenade can fit through there. Also, shrapnel. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna I don't know if you're gonna survive all that. But yeah, this is the other O of the figure of 8. This is the end. Not the end of the trench though. That obviously rages on even further. Now, oh, another trench, surprisingly. This one is a little bit deeper in some areas. This could be like a... I don't know. Alright. It's kind of overgrown, so maybe this is like a forgotten trench. Maybe I put some craters in here. You know, lift some of these bags or fold them backwards so it looks like it's an exploded trench system. It's all possible. I'm open to any feedback, boys. Like, I'm okay with glazing me, of course. I don't mind that at all, but yeah, any ideas? By the way, some of you guys, I made a Reddit post with like a couple pictures and stuff, and some of you guys, even after reading that the map is 3 kilometers by 3 kilometers, even some of you guys were then like, yeah, but how are you gonna run logistics and conflict? Well, you're not, alright? This is not a map made for conflict at all. Honestly, I don't even have, like, pathfinding for AI and stuff set up yet. They're definitely gonna get stuck on everything in this map, so... yeah, it is what it is. This is not a conflict map. But here is the big, like, the big objective point, I guess. This is pretty big. You can just hop in. There we go. You got walls on every side to kind of defend this. And then you've got bunkers and bunkers and camo nets and bunkers and more camo nets. What up, seagulls? So you got a little bunker here to take a look at the road. You can't really, like, if you know where the other trenches are, you can find them, like, right through there. A couple RPGs and, like, your whole sight line is cleared up. There's no need for me to destroy any of that. This is the big base. I do plan on adding tents and stuff in here so that it looks like, you know, like it's an actual base that people live in. I don't want a massive barracks building, but, you know, some tents right here, some beds. Some tents right here with some beds. It's pretty quick. Very doable. Let me just hop on top here so I can show you guys what this is. See, like right there, I tried 2 different types of tents. These are on the US side. What else can I show you here? I showed you the bunker, this middle bunker right here. People are definitely going to camp the hell out of this space. Let me show you. You got a nice view over here. You can keep an eye on the base. Oh, keep an eye on the base out here. That's a sight line I opened up because there's a little town over there. I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, as of right now, this is like the style of trenches for the south side of the map. And then there should be boards over here for you to get out. I like it, dog. Thanks, man. I'm hoping everyone's gonna enjoy this map a lot. So yeah, this route, let me exit out. This route basically goes up to the first road. Or the nearest road, I should say. I can't believe people actually told me to don't forget to add roads. Like, what? Brother, did you think I was gonna build a trench system 3 by 3 kilometers? Are you crazy? I'm doing 8 kilometers of trenches, so let me explain that right now. As you can see, this is the whole map. Let me show you this. This right here is a trench system that I'm moving my mouse along right now. From right here up to the left, this is 1 kilometer. Alright, and then you have trenches going to the side, which are also about 1 kilometer in size. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kilometers at least. Now I'm using 2 types, so this is the north side, this is the south side of the map. So south had these green sandbags and these camo bunkers, right? Wait, this is unfinished. This is the finished side. So camo nets, camo bunkers, you got these green sandbags. Here and there I put these little dugout bunkers with bushes over them and stuff. When will the map drop? When it's done. Yeah. That's how that works. That's I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as any. Alright. I'm not gonna put a date on it because I'm not gonna be able to, like, I don't schedule this out. I just, whenever I have time, I put my time into this. I'm 180 something hours into it right now. Let me see. 187 hours. My goal is to do this to all the trenches, because right now, like this trench system for the playtest stuff, this is kind of, you know, this is kind of finished for now. And if we go to the, like, let me show you the other side. I'm still working on this. I started working on this today. So these are more trenches, even more trenches, like dual trench systems. There's these little dugout trenches with wooden floors. Here's another one, camo nets, all that stuff. Good stuff. More trenches, of course. Did somebody ask for more trenches? Because we have more trenches. I hope you guys like trenches. There's a couple trenches in this map. Just a couple, you know. There's also trenches over here. And next to these, or like this little dugout, you know. I'm not gonna keep this for stupid. Alright. Save. Save it, please. Force save all. Alright. Like there's little dugouts in the trenches. And next to these trenches, of course, we have some more trenches. If you guys want more trenches, leave a like on the... No, I'm just kidding. Don't like, don't subscribe, alright? Go grab a glass of milk and grab a Mars bar, alright? Or like a, no, grab a Twix bar. Then you bite off each side of the Twix bar, and then you drink the milk through the Twix bar, alright? Do that instead of subscribing and liking and all that shit, alright? Another bunker. I'm really into these bunkers with the hatches. They look dope. I need to clear this sight line, but yeah, you get the image, right? You're looking out the bunker window. Oh, there's a road right there. Maybe that's a nice spot to keep an eye on, you know? But yeah. So this is what the finished bunkers are looking like on the south side. I still have a lot of work to do. Like, this is, I mean, this is like half done, kind of. And then I need to start working on the north side. Now, this is what the trenches look like before I start working on them, alright? I need to replace these with the different sandbags because I'm using different color for this side, but they look like this before I start working on them. So it's a lot of, yeah, this is like another section I wanted to do dugouts for. Thanks, man. Yeah, multiple choices, of course. Multiple choices of going left or right in here. Different elevation as well. This right side is a lot higher up. So if you're over here, you can kind of look over there, toss a grenade, wait for your buddies, right, to push this left side. The grenade goes off. You check the corner. Bah, 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 bah. All right, then you push this. I kind of cratered this out to make like a little base. These are the sandbags I'm using on this side. Not on the floor, though. Never on the floor. That looks stupid. But yeah, this side is gonna have these burlap, like actual bag, sandbags, not plastic. Still, a lot of stuff to, like, I tested some stuff out here. Ignore these. Still a lot of like elevation changes on this side. And then of course, these little hop over to the next trench type roads. Multiple choices here, big old craters. What made you want to build a map? Well, the thing is, I wanted to do like trench warfare, like I saw in all the YouTube videos, and then what happens? You join a server, it has a trench system, and the trench system takes 20 minutes to drive to, and then in like 2 seconds you're out of the trench because it's only like 50 meters of trench. So I'm like, why not just make a whole map of like trenches? And then I started looking into the builder, like this tool, right? World editor. It's a lot more work than I thought. So I thought, why not just, you know, make a little, like I made a little drawing. Let me show you. This little picture. I made a picture of, here it is. This was like my drawing that I made. So the it doesn't really make sense, but yeah. So the yellow part, right, is where I have the trenches. Let me take like a different color here. So the yellow part is where I have these trenches going like this, right? Each part is a kilometer in size. Something like that. So the pink stuff is trenches, and then these smaller sized squares are residential, and these larger squares right here, they're like industrial or farmlands, you know. I can show you in a little bit. Yeah, this is my first time making a map. Oh, what's up, dingus? What's up, Gem and Peace, man? My how-to videos, your how-to videos always kill me. They're the most fun to make. Like, they take the most time to make, of course, because I need like footage of me being a dingus, and it's hard to sync to that level, you know, of the viewer. But I know my target audience. Yeah, it's more fun to learn something if someone makes jokes while you're doing it. So you kind of, you know, because sometimes you watch a tutorial and then the video is over. You put the game on and you just forget everything. So it's like, yeah, better insult the viewer for being a moron constantly. So yeah, this is the first time I do a map. How do you start? Like, are the trenches already there, or is it just a naked map? No, everything is built from scratch. You start with a big square, right? And it's just flat terrain. And then you can either pick a height map from real life, you know, so it makes hills and stuff. I didn't do that. I took a height map from, like, my hometown, but it's so much, like, changed. It's not even funny. There's nothing like copy pasted anymore. Everything is different. But yeah, you start with a naked map and you just start building, man. Yeah. So like, you see trenches right here, but to me, I know what part this is. This is literally a part that I hand placed. Or this crater is a crater that I made. Even like the colors, like I painted this grass, I painted this bit of rock right here. I painted everything, brother. And I'll have to put all this stuff in myself, you know. I put all these sandbags in here by hand, right? You can twist them around and make them go higher up, or, you know, whatever. But it's all done by hand, yeah. It depends on the type of trench you want to make, of course. But this is just like an embankment that you use on the side of a river or something, you know. And then there's, of course, there's also Piano Man made a mod for like prefabricated trenches, which is this. So it's kind of like dug out by hand, and then I put some dirt here and there to kind of fill it up, make it look like it's dug by hand, but it's like collapsing here and there. These are pretty naked right now because I haven't dressed them up, but if I... is it this side? No, it's the other side. Yeah, this is what it'll look like once it's dressed up. So you get these kind of wrecked looking trenches with broken bits of buildings and, you know, broken rocks and stuff, or it's whatever you can think of at the minute. I watch them just to die crying. Yeah, I actually watch them back sometimes just to remember what insults I've already done and which ones I can still use. But yeah, the tutorial videos are really fun to do. These streams are really fun to do though, if I can't finish a video in time. Your delivery of tips definitely helps stuff stick in my brain, like pick a spot. Oh yeah, grammar mistakes. If the amount of grammar Nazis that I've baited over the years, bro, it's insane. I still get them daily, like people trying to correct my spelling, and then when I go back to reply, they've already removed their comment because they know it's just satire, you know? So I added like community guidelines now, so that people know it's satire, because some people get really heated. Like some dude went off on me because I made fun of how people play, and he was like some old guy, you know, complaining about, like, I know this is not his voice, but I always read it in this voice. It's like, why don't you let people just enjoy the game the way they want to play it? And I just sit at work during break time laughing my ass off with some colleagues about how stupid some people are. They take it too serious. Like, I'm not that great of an actor that you actually believe I get that mad about a video game, bro. It's not like I'm like, oh, that's my stage name is TeeJayPlays. You know, I just do it for fun. But yeah. So yeah, this is one of the bases that's like overgrown. There's a generator here and some tires, and wait till you see the towns, man. You think this is a lot of work, just painting in stuff and placing bags and... Because it's not just trenches, alright? There's like a full... Like, I got some stuff like this right here. This is the power station, or whatever you want to call it. We don't have power on the map because some dingus flew his helicopter into the factory. But yeah, he kind of messed up the forest. Then it goes into the next bit of trench. Let me show you one of the towns, or like this is the industrial site. This is a school, I believe. Yeah. It's like a school zone. Here's a little factory. You make me want to build a map. Yeah, it's the start of it is really painful. Like, you have to actually start by putting in the floor, right? And then the first thing you do is you add a sun, a moon, stars, and an atmosphere. Like, literally an atmosphere. And that's how you get a day and night cycle if you enable that. There's a lot of, you know, just like, not gate-kept stuff, but you have to ask someone on Discord how something works, and it's not optimal, but it works so far. And there's these apartment buildings. These are an asset from a mod, so they kind of look not abandoned, but they're like low. How do I say this? You know, the elevator is out of use and stuff. Everything is broken. No electricity. There's graffiti on the walls. It's one of those apartment buildings. This map is gonna be public. I have a roadmap on my Discord that talks about what version is gonna be public, and like the first couple playtests are gonna be private. They might be on a public server, but the map itself is gonna be like a, not an exclusive, but I'm not just gonna hand out the map to anyone, you know? If you want to playtest it, you just message me. But I need to know, like, if you're gonna play on console, if you're gonna play Game Master, or if you want to make a, I don't know, like a domination mode, or whatever you want to make. But yeah, this is kind of clean, you know, this is the industrial site. It's kind of clean looking. There's a lot, like, if I go up, there's a lot more buildings, but I can't really show you every single building right now. Here's the electric stuff. Yeah. A lot of garages. I think this is the first factory bit I made. Let me see. The map builder tool, if you have Steam installed and you have Reforger on that Steam account, if you just type in Reforger, it should it should show you the tools as well. Let's see, how much FPS are we getting? (96 FPS, 100, 102, 111. If I turn around, it's gonna tank as hell, probably. 99, 53. Yeah, the draw distance is unlimited right now. I might have to delete some stuff, because like the apartment buildings over there are pretty intensive for the systems and stuff. Might have to delete some trees just to make it a little bit easier to load up and stuff, but yeah, this is the look of the industrial site. Also, do remember the buildings you're about to see in the civilian sections are supposed to be sorry, I have to translate everything in my mind before I say it. They're supposed to be like broken, you know? Like these buildings are all perfectly upright and stuff. Once I get a playtest version, I might just turn this into a broken building and just put it half into the floor with a load of rubble around it and broken sheds and, you know. But right now I'm just gonna leave it like this so people can playtest this. Yeah, lots of homes and buildings. There's a couple shops right here. Not a gas station, but like a supermarket. Here's a church. Church looking real nice. Cemetery next to the church, of course. I played 200 hours on this game and never had a good trench or tree line fight, and that annoys me. Oh my god, bro! I've had a couple tense fights, but it's always in it's always in a WCS server or something. So conflict, and when you get downed, there's not a lot of reason for people to revive you. There's no incentive, you know. You die and or you get knocked out and it's just, you're stuck on the floor. Nobody dead checks anyway, so you probably survive it, but what else am I gonna show you? This is residential zone 1, this whole block, or like 4 or 5 blocks or whatever. That's residential zone 1. Here's the like mayor's office or whatever. It's like a municipal building. You know this building in Arma, right? You've died on these stairs like 50 billion times already. You know where this is. you dingus. Alright. The other side of the big roads, this is the farmlands. So we got a couple farms in here. Nice little farmhouses. Fields all around them. Some trees here in the middle. This is like a place to... You can kind of cut through the blocks or like walk your dog here or something. I don't know. It fits. It looks nice. This is a little cow farm. No cows. There's no... I'm just a heli pilot. Makes it look like... I'm not sure if I can do helicopters on this map. I'll show you why in a little bit. But yeah, this is like the cow farm place. Another field over here. Another farm. And this is what I said about the helicopter crash earlier. Right, so the helicopter's right here. And it pushed up a load of dirt and stone and like... It's got random like helicopter parts sticking out of the floor. Yeah, it's gotta kind of be a little bit believable, you know? Not just a crashed helicopter. Another field here, another big farm. House, couple sheds. These are his fields. These are some craters in the fields. This side as well, I believe. Yeah. Some nice little craters. Yeah. Let me show you why helicopters might not be a good idea. Alright. So I cleared this base out to be a spawn. Since I'm not doing the game modes, I'm just making the map. But since like I want to release the map and have people not be able to change stuff around, right? The map should still be mine. They can add to it, but they can't just go around and be like, oh, remove this whole section of trees and, you know? So I cleared this area out so people can kind of use this as a spawn area. This is big enough to do conflict, king of the hill, theater of war, just domination, anything, right? Helicopter pads here, car spawns here, arsenal right here. That's it, right? Finished. So out of spawn, the other side is kind of symmetrical, but not 100%. But yeah, let's say you have a helicopter here. You lift off, and this is ugly. You can see the edge of the map constantly. You're gonna like fly for 10 seconds, and 10 seconds later, you're already at like the half point of the map right here. This is the middle, this road. This is like the middle of the map already. So there's no way in hell helicopters are gonna be fun in this. You're constantly gonna see the edge of the map, you know? It's not made for that. But for those, like I wanted to do the 69th Motorized Dingus Division. I chose motorized because it does not involve helicopters that way. So if you spawn like a truck with a 50 cal on it, you can leave out of spawn. You choose one of these 3 routes, right? You either go left, you follow center, or go all the way to the right. All the way to the right obviously brings you all the way to the right of farm. Then you have one of these roads, the middle one, brings you to that dirt road that like cuts through everything. You can also just take the main road right back to the big old crossroads in the middle, or you follow this to the left, which is going to bring you to the other block. So in this case, instead of farmlands, you're going to cross into, this is the main road, right? You're going to cross over to the east side, and you're in residential. And residential, again, there's a road just cutting through everything right here. I haven't shown you this side of the map yet, but yeah, there's a lot of buildings here. It just tanked my FPS for a sec. There's a lot of buildings here. There's also a little farm here. But that's basically how you get out of spawn for now. You could add helicopters if you want to, but it's gonna be ugly as hell, and there's no way to change any of that because it's just the map size is not made for helicopters at all. And then these dirt roads that cut through everything, these are the roads that cut through the trench systems as well. So if you don't know, there's trenches here. You're gonna get ambushed like a dingus, alright? There might be a little bunker on this side here to keep an eye on the road, or, you know, people in conflict can build whatever they want, but if I was to personally make a mode, it would just be motorized. Because these bunkers, right? Remember that road I talked about earlier? These bunkers have a nice sight line on that road. And the other direction as well from this bunker. If I still have to clear sight lines, but let's say you're in this bunker. You got a nice view of the road. So that's basically how people get around from spawn into the battlefield, so to speak, is with these dirt roads leading out from spawn. I do have like elevation, so you can't just look into enemy spawn, right? A lot of trees and stuff cleared. This is the other side. Places for helipads, places for car spawns, places for arsenals. There's room for everything in here, but it's not like a totally built out. I first wanted to do like a trench system that you spawn into, which I could still do if I make my own mode, but yeah, for Conquest, you know, I can't really hide a helipad next to a trench system. That would be kind of stupid. I also don't really, like, I enjoy being a heli pilot. I enjoy transporting troops. And that's where my love for vehicles kind of stops. I don't even like using 50 cals and stuff. I just want to do infantry, right? That's all I want to do. But it's, like I said, it's open. There's room. I tested these roads. Some of them are a little bit bumpy, but then again, you shouldn't be going 110 through the forest, right? So I cleared these roads, cleared some of the bumps out, cleared all the trees. There is some camber on the road, but then again, it's not a real road. It's just like a dirt road made by people just driving there for years and years. So this leads all the way into town. Yeah. Oh, this is the other town, by the way. The other church, because of course there's a different church in the different town. And of course there's a football pitch right behind a bar. It just makes sense. Some fields. Random square of different stuff. Who knows? I still have to iron out the details. Oh, they got a football pitch in their backyard, huh? Lucky. Yeah, some houses are like boarded off with fences, and others just have like trees around them. It's different for every, well, not every single house, but like for every single block, it's kind of different. Also, maybe you've seen these apartment buildings. You should be able to, from these apartment buildings, you should be able to look into the trenches here and there. So that if someone wants to do like long range sniping or like being a marksman, like right there I can instantly spot a bit of trench, and I'm just using iron sights. Again, trench right there. See something up there that's probably, oh, that's the road right there. Yeah. How long have I been working on this? Let me show you. By the way, if the music is too loud, let me know, boys. It's very loud in my ears, like I can't really hear myself talk right now, but if it's fine for you guys, that's fine. We're doing 187 hours on just this map. And it's still not close to finished. Alright, I still have to like for the 0.2 playtest, I want to finish these, right? Or this one is finished. I want to finish this side, of course, which is like half done. Yeah, I still need to do these trenches with sandbags and then move over to the north side. Sandbags, dugouts, you know, all the stuff you've seen. See this? This right here is the ray tracing bunker. This is the RTX GPU bunker. Yeah, same. Look at my Reforger. I have 174 hours. And then Reforger tools, I have 187. So I surpassed my in-game time with in-engine tools time. But yeah, if I finish these, and then I still have to do some of the vertical stuff. Like this one is kind of dressed up a little bit. But this next part, oh look, a truck tried to make it over and did not. But you can follow his tracks and see where it came from. That motherfucker went downhill, had no time to brake, and just hit the trench like a dingus. But yeah, he came out from here. From the fields. God damn, that's all my hours in Arma Reforger itself. Yeah. It's actually been hard to just play Arma for a bit, because it's always like I join a server, I play around for a little bit, and then I see something like these fallen trees, right? So I go in game and I see something like a fallen tree laying on top of a trench, and I'm like, oh damn, that's actually pretty dope if you like add broken bits of tree to the trench. So I just go into tools and I add that, and then, you know, it is what it is. Or these bunkers, yeah. I saw this in some other guy's server, and I thought, man, these bunkers look cool, I want one of those. And so I added them, so they're in. These Hesco bags as well. I was like, damn, what are those called in my language? And I'm like, let me find out what they're called. Or just lining the sides of the trenches with wood logs. That actually looks pretty dope as well. These camo nets as well, they look pretty cool. I just need to like dress stuff up more, you know? I put a lot of barbed wire around. I might need to add a lot more of that to some places of the map, but yeah, you cross the road and then you're into this like desolate like from here already you can see the apartment buildings can keep an eye on you. It's a pretty dirty little sight line. And then of course all these apartment buildings, every floor is accessible, every window you can look through. It's gonna be chaotic, to say the least. Yeah, I love these preset trenches as well, man. It's just, it's very hard to dress these up because of the angle, you know? Like, let's say I want to add sandbags. I know what they're called right now because I've been using them for so long. But yeah, they're kind of like curved, right? So if you want to use sandbags on the inside, you're going to place them in. Make sure that they just line up with the bottom or something. I don't know how you do sandbags in these. Like this, and then you have to trace around the whole thing. Which is the same as the other trenches, but just the angle and stuff, it's such a hassle. And I'm not sure if that even looks good, you know? You could be able to copy them over. Oh no, you can't. Wait, I took the wrong sandbags. It happens. But yeah, I have to dress this. By the way, this is how it happens. All right, this is what I've been doing for 180 hours, just building stuff. This is like playing City Skylines with infinite money and like no limit. And then you probably want sandbags on both sides. So you'd have to do this to the whole trench, which I have done, right? The proof is in the pudding right here. I've done way more than just that. But let's say you're in this little dugout thing, right? And you're like, why is this even here? So now you'll have to add stuff to it to make it believable. So maybe you want some, I don't know, like a garbage pile of... Right here, you can add like dropped ammo. So you have all these bullets on the floor. Or maybe you want medical stuff. Put some beds in here. Add this and be like, this is medical stuff. Just like litter on the floor. You add this, turn it around, add like different variations of it. It's just building, you know? If you're into building stuff in Minecraft or something, you know, something stupid like that, you're definitely gonna like this. It's a lot more involved, right? I'm wondering, can you do duo build with a friend? I don't think so. Like you could, let's say, you could work on something together, separately, but you can't really combine those. Like let's say you work on this map with a group of 3 guys, and you're like, I'll do the terrain, you do the trenches, and then TJ is gonna do the sandbags. But you're gonna have to work in sequence. Like there's no way for you to simultaneously work on something. Yeah, that doesn't work. It's good to like exchange ideas though. But yeah, this is the second trench system, I think. Yeah, let me just walk through this so you guys can see. Damn it, it's hot outside. It's 11 p.m. and it's still boiling outside. Alright, so this is a little entrance. You could use it as a bridge if you wanted to. So yeah, just imagine, right? You don't know if there's anyone here, so you throw a nade or maybe 2. Woo. You clear this out. And then you're like, oh, I can stand on this. Look over. Another nade, maybe. Maybe a smoke grenade in there. You can kind of walk on these sides to get a better view. Or maybe you know the left side is clear, so you just keep an eye on this side, right? Lean your gun on there. The hatch opens. You got the guy. You go for the push. And then the pillboxes are yours. I blocked this off so that you don't get shot in your ass when you're getting out of these. If you don't fit or you're too large, you know, you can scroll up and down while holding crouch. I don't expect everything to align perfectly because that's not how real life works. You can put your gun on there. You got a nice sight line of these trenches. I'm gonna delete some of these trees, right? I already can imagine the wars. Yeah, I'm hoping, like for the playtest version, this is what it's gonna be like, right? No more dressing than sandbags, wood logs, these like bunkers and Hesco bags. These boards, because I use those a lot. There's only one version of those though. That sucks, but it is what it is. So you got these places to look over. What else? Hesco bags, sandbags, duck boards. Wood logs for the dugouts. These sandbags going up and down for, I don't know, you get like a little sight line on the next bunker, you know? You're gonna get headshotted from miles away probably, but yeah, there's a little bit of everything. Little bunker here with the camo net. Sight line is right here. I believe, yeah, right there. There's another little trench system. There's a lot of trenches. By the way, if you guys like trenches, there's another one over here. Believe it or not, just follow the dirt road. Yeah, this was also a trench. It's just a straight bit of trench with the walls. What is this song? Alright. It's like a straight bit, but it's blocked off so that you don't get pwned by a single grenade. I could turn this into like dugouts, put a roof over it, put some beds down, or sandbags, or sleeping bags, I should say. Yeah, some random stuff in here as well, of course. Sandbags with the bunker, so this is the next bit. These two trenches, like this one up here and then this one I'm in right now, these are kind of one of a kind, I should say. Like, as you can see, there's a lot of floor underneath that's gone, but I just used these boards to, you know, get you to the right height so you can kind of put your gun on this and not have to stand on your tippy toes. You can get out right here or anywhere basically and go to the next trench. They're made kind of hard to get in from one side, but then, you know, there's an open bit on this side. Or ooh, this should not be blocked off like this. My bad. One sec. When is the test version out? When it's done. When it's finished. Did I block it off like this? Dingus? Yes. Alright. I think I just copied the camo net on accident last time I got here. That's fine. The test version is going to be out as soon as I finish sandbagging these trenches up. So it might be a couple days, but it might just be like in a week or so. Because I have 3 weeks off work now. So I can just kind of focus. Like I did focus on this thing solely before that, but now I don't have to go to work 8 hours. So there's like 8 hours a day I can put into this even more. Did I miss any trenches? Because there's ones on the side here as well. There's a lot of broken logs right now. I kind of overdid it, maybe. I don't know. You guys can let me know about that, but you know, like one RPG and this thing is gone, you know. It is what it is. I'm going the wrong way, I think, but I haven't shown you this side of the trench yet. There's another dugout here. Yeah, looks cozy. And you actually fit in this one. That's nice. Yeah, we chillin'. Ugh, third person. I really don't like third person. Not a big fan of third person. Sorry. Alright. The next bit of trench is right here. It's funny, I'm not gonna need a map once the game is... when we do these playtests, I'm gonna try, like right now I don't have the map set up. It's just like a zoomed in screen of nothing. But yeah, I need to fix that before we do the playtest. But anyways, I'm not gonna need a map. I know this whole map from the back of my hand. Yeah, some like these bags, They're made to give you a little cover, or maybe you know the enemy is coming. You get on top of here, get like a little boost, you know, put your gun on here. Little boost. Or maybe you need this elevation to look over, or maybe you use this as an elevated bit to chuck your nades in. Oh. Yep. That's gonna kill someone. There we go. Killed a bush. Not sure what happened to this trench. It's kind of messy, but it's supposed to be like this. This is like a collapsed trench that they forgot about or something. Am I gonna build on streams? What do you mean? Like build out the trenches live? I could do that. Like, I could show you in a little bit how the trench, like, sandbagging and stuff works. Because right now, that's all I need to do is sandbags, wood logs, dug boards, these types of bunkers with camo nets and stuff, until it's kind of done, you know? And then it's playtest time already. There's a nice little sightline right here. A lot of broken down stuff. I imagine if we put like a couple vehicles in with 50 cals, you know, some of these smaller trees get instantly obliterated. Or if you get like a vehicle with a grenade launcher, you know, the one that goes floom, 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 you know, that one. Floom, 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 floom. You know the one I'm talking about. It's like floom, floom, floom. If you get that one, it goes floom, floom, you know. I'm not sure what it's called. It's definitely gonna change the battlefield for sure. I might build on stream. If you're into that, I can do that for sure. Another dugout here. I think that's the fourth one or the third one. This one is kind of full of dirt, kind of too collapsed to go into, but it still provides cover, you know. Or if you want to camp and just sit around this corner, that's doable. If you want to be a little asshole and just wait here, that's fine. That's totally doable. But just know, if I'm playing in the server, just know that I'm gonna nade right there. All right, you're gonna see it coming. You might be able to get out in time. I'm gonna nade right here, and my buddy's gonna stand right here with a PKM, ready to nail the absolute piss out of you. Every single dugout. But yeah, I love the way this looks. I think I destroyed the duck boards with that grenade. So semi-destroyable dugouts, alright. That's totally a feature and not a bug. Let's call it that. Another duck board to get you out of here. Holy crap, that's... yeah, kind of no man's land up there. Some sight lines to the left here. This spot I still need to do the sandbags for. I think I'm gonna leave this as just an embankment because it's just one-sided, but then the next bit should be like actual trench, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is like the little pillbox bunker. Right, this could be like a little objective as well, just like the other side with that big, like, massive base. Totally doable. Sight lines should be like eye level with yeah, like with the sandbags. Maybe not the best view in the middle, but you can keep an eye on the sides here, as well as keep an eye on the people coming in other side as well. It's not really supposed to be a maze. It's just supposed to keep you safe from grenades and stuff. The layout, I meant. I need to clear out the sight line, but you know, you get another view of the road up ahead, as well as these places where you can peek over. And like little hidey holes right here for grenades. To the next bit. I believe this is just out. Switch to edit mode. Yeah, this continues on. There's more trench, by the way. I'm just not running that whole way because it's pretty far. But yeah, more trenches. Also some more trenches. And to those who like roads, guess what? I put a road here just for you. Because you're a dingus. Alright? Now these are the horizontal trenches. Quite happy with those. I'm starting to like these as well, even though they're not really dressed up yet. With these, I'll show you what it's like to walk through these, because some of these are the like actual perfect height. The guy that made them is called Piano Man, if I'm not mistaken. He has a YouTube channel of his own. Oh, this chair is killing me. But yeah, this is what it's like. These are the head height trenches, right? These are the higher ones. As you can see, you're safe, but for how long, right? And then with these prefabs, you also have to like Tetris them together like Lego bricks. So it's not perfect, but it'll do the job. And then this goes up a little bit here in a second, if I'm not mistaken, and goes into like the lower trenches. There's also this guy, right? We need this guy. This is Jimmy. Jimmy likes to sit in his bathtub and do nothing all day. So yeah. Let's hope Jimmy makes it out alive in a couple years. Alright, let's go to like a... Ah! There's barbed wire here? Like sunken into the floor. Oh, alright. So it just disappears sometimes. Let's delete every single one of them so that doesn't happen. Saved. Alright. I'm trying to find like a lighter... Oh yeah, there's a BMP here that you go under. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. Oh, these are like the normal higher up trenches. Honestly, some parts of the trenches are just made to sprint through. You're not supposed to survive in there for long. Like right here, if you don't crouch in these, you're gonna get domed by someone up in the trees over there, or, you know. You need to crouch for these. These also have... Like, a lot of these are just dirt. So if you shoot a lot around these... Joe took my PFP? I took your profile picture? What? Are you talking about me or talking about Joe? But yeah, a lot of dirt, so if you shoot around this dirt a lot, there's going to be a lot of dust kicking up. Also nades in these dirt trenches, look. Oh, heaven. And this is just vanilla, so imagine the improved, like, you know, these things, these creases, I still have to put stuff in here to smooth it out. You know, but the main layout works. I just have to put like wooden logs here or some, like a bush. These trench systems that go north to south and south to north, they also have like a couple bunkers on the side, but not a lot. These are more meant as like transport, right? These are supposed to get you to the middle of the map, maybe on foot, maybe big Chungus bike in here. I don't know, it's probably not safe. Someone should make a mod that lets the dust linger longer. I'm hoping I can implement there's like a fog of war mod. Maybe there's some... Yeah, that's too true. I'm sure it's gonna be very intensive on the little system. Also, there's this game called Grab the Bucket. if you can grab it without getting cut, you can keep the bucket. All right. But yeah, this is how I wanted to do these trenches, kind of like trashy walls and barbed wire, sandbags, Hesco bags. A lot of, like, this is literally a garbage tin. Tires, sandbags, a lot of bullets on the floor in these bunkers. This is what the other bunkers are going to look like as well, probably. Lots of spent ammo cases on here. A bucket. Don't look in there. And then you have a sightline on the next bit of trench, which is also like bunkered off and dressed up, and yeah. It'll let me zoom out. Alright. I have these blocked off so that vehicles can't just, you know, barge in there. And if they want to cut through the bushes, like that was that was my way of thinking. Like if they drive up here and they know they can't get through there and they want to cut through the bushes, there's metal containers right here. So yeah, have fun exploding into those. This is the next bit of trench. Right, the bunkers right here. Couple beers. Speaking of beers, let me moisten my throat. Don't clip that. Ah. Crunchy water. It's not beer, alright? I'm from Belgium. I'm allowed to... Shut up. It's late, alright? All the excuses at once. No cigarettes in here? This guy must... Oh. MREs from India. These are the little ends of the trench systems. They all look different, but this one is like a bit more fleshed out, I guess you could say. I did add a lot more trees around this one. This is how I want all of them to look, by the way. So it's like the trees around the trench, like right here, around the trench, all these trees are big and up. And then once you go a bit away from the trench, is like broken trees, and it's a bit less dense. Then there's also these escape routes, you know. You got little escape routes into the woods. Yeah, they're poop buckets for sure. Or, yeah. Let's go with that. Random tree in the trenches, let's leave that out. There's a couple of these bits, though, where there's like a tree or something obstructing, and you have to either jump over or under. That's why I put a little sandbag next to it. Right, so if you hop over this, you're not gonna get sniped from over there or whatever. Hop over. Ooh, look, another tree. You can go under it if you want, or hop over that. That's up to you. This is that base with the generator from earlier. A little bit overgrown, you know, a couple of bushes growing in here. Barbed wire, sandbags, all the good stuff. Everything a growing boy needs. Alright. So a couple things I wanted to talk about apart from the trenches is playtest applications. If any of you watching this are interested in playtesting this, I will make a Game Master version so that you can host it with your buddies, or you know, play some co-op with friends, or just solo, you know, grab a car, just drive around, test out the roads. You can help in any way, shape, or form you want. I am setting up a separate little part of my Discord channel for that, so if you are into that, just head on to my Discord, PM me that you're interested, and I'll hit you up with the role and stuff. I just need to know if you're on console or if you're on PC, and then you can just kind of relay the feedback to me. Could be anything, right? Like if you say, I love the way that this block looks, like this is the way I want the destroyed blocks to look. If you're like, oh, I love the way this block looks, but this yellow house, it just needs to be destroyed because it's like in the way. And I'll be like, alright, I'll get on that and fix it in the morning. Or if you want more of these, like this is a destroyed factory of some sort, or a massive building, but it's got a little bunker behind it to keep an eye on these houses, you know, anything. Yeah, these are like the type of fortifications I'm adding to cities. Apart from that, I'm also doing like how can I show you this? Like, for example, the apartment buildings. Right? It's super easy to be like right here, ET, sandbag, burlap. Let's say I want to fortify this top floor. I can just do that with these sandbags. Where's the... this one. You can put sandbags on here and kind of fortify this top floor, or at least this balcony. Fortify this. I could literally just take like a plank of wood. Let's see. Or the, maybe like logs, you know, you can put wood logs in front of the windows, planks. What's it called? Duck boards, I think. Yeah. So duck boards, let's say I wanted to fortify the bottom of this house, and I'm like, put the duck board up here, like this. And kind of board up the windows. You can do that if you want. Is there roof access? Yes, sir. Let me show you. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-story. The 8-story apartment. But on each edge of residential zone, like right here on this top right corner, and if I go to the other residential zone, again, the top right corner, there is 2, or at least 2 apartment buildings. And these are 12, is it 10 or 12? I think it's 12 floors high. Every single room in this building is accessible. So the entrance on this side is on the other side, but you can just hop in if you want. Open the door. You're in. This door with the little peephole is always the front door, for anyone wondering, you know. Don't blindly open doors like a dingus, alright? This makes sense. It's a peephole. It's the front door. Leave. Alright. So you can take... Alright, the elevator is broken and like stuck on the 6th floor or something, so you're gonna have to take the stairs, but 1, 2, 3rd floor, 5th, 6th, we get 7, 8. By the way, every room in here is accessible, right? On every single floor. There's nothing is locked, nothing is blocked off apart from the elevator access. So you're gonna have to do this all on foot. There could be like 2 squads in here, and you'll have to clear every single room. So that's gonna be fun. You just opening doors. Your friend chucks a nade in there. Hands up. This is the world police. Right, you can go all the way up to the roof, which should be here anytime. This is the little hidey hole room that you can sit in if you're an asshole and just wait for the guy. That's totally possible. This is the roof. Here we go. Right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't really zoom in anymore, but that's industrial. That's industrial as well. And over there somewhere should be the other residential site. Here's a view of the town. So you got a couple houses here. That's like a little wooded area with houses. I tried to like diversify between the houses, but you know, in some, how do I say this? Like in some places in the world, everyone gets the same prefabricated house. That's just the way it is. I'm from Belgium. Some like entire neighborhoods are like this here. They all get the same house, exactly the same house. Yeah, these roofs can do it with a lot more fortifying. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't have any polish for these just yet. A great alternative is just going one floor lower. And then from the inside out, you can kind of see everything. But outside in is like impossible to see. It's just pitch black. But yeah, there is roof access. It's totally doable to just go there and for me to put sandbags around the edge. I'm not sure if putting a bunker here is any like has any realism attached to it, but deserves an observation fortification? Yeah, definitely put some sniper nests on here. Or if you really like, the highest point of the map is this. This right here is the highest point of the map you can beat. There's a little water tower all the way over there. Yeah, I'm from Belgium, man. I don't sound, but I speak like I speak proper English. I don't think people would enjoy it if I spoke with like a Belgian English accent. But yeah, you can see church from here. The church tower is also accessible, of course, so you're gonna get winged from over there. There's more apartment buildings with like 20,000 windows over there, so you're gonna get pinged from there as well. And then every single like little building you see, all the backyards are boarded off here, and there's like a little walking path, you know, football goal or soccer goal if you're a moron. A little playground there, a little playground action. What was I gonna show you? Oh yeah, there's this one area. I'm not sure if anyone's gonna appreciate this, but if you've ever played DayZ, there's like these cabins in the woods and some places. Like it's a resort type thing, you know? You go there on vacation for 2 weeks with your kids, like center parks or whatever it's called in English. So you get up here, and there's like a little playground here, a couple slides. And this road goes around here. These are like vacation homes. There should be an upstairs. I think you have to access it from outside. Yeah. If you played DayZ, these houses are really... you should recognize these. Or maybe you played the King of the Hill mod for Reforger. So yeah, it's all wooded area. This is a hotel, if I'm not mistaken, with rooms. So yeah, a lot of rooms to clear. Like a hostel, like a youth hostel. And then there's these log cabins, kind of vacation homes with bushes growing through the walls. So that's nice. Still need to clean some of this up. But yeah, this leads to like a little wooded area. Goes up here. Are we all from Belgium? Everyone's from the northern part of Belgium, or are you guys French? That was the... I'm sorry if you're... I did not mean to sound racist, but the north is Dutch and the south is just France, alright? Okay. Yeah, that's the north. Ja, ik ben van de Limburg. Het spijt me, jongens. Spijt me. Oh, shit. 2 man. Oh, nee. Oh, nee, oh, nee. Ik kom van de parking. Ik woon daar. Oh. See, that's why I speak, like, English. American English. I don't want to get called out, alright? So yeah, that's this little, like, wood cabin area. Oh, I'm sweating all of a sudden. Fuck you guys. Ugh. Is there anything I haven't shown you guys yet? Like, I've shown you guys factory, right? Not really a lot to see here. This is like 4 hotels. Oh yeah, the containers. I was thinking... One sec. I was thinking, what if I delete like a couple of these containers, and then I just like remake Shipment from Call of Duty 4? Or I take some of the suburban area, right? If I like delete these houses and delete these woods, and I can like make Nuketown in here, like right here. 2 houses, street in the middle, a bus and a trailer on here, and then just fence it off, and then that is literally Nuketown from Call of Duty. Stuff like that is possible. I don't have the correct houses, like, it's just, you know, the essence of the map would be there. I can do shipment for sure. Like, I have enough containers and stuff to last a fucking lifetime for sure. Yeah, hell yeah. Alright. I could do that as like a... People can request that stuff. Yeah, like Easter eggs. Also... I think it was over here. No, I deleted those. I had like a little place over here. Yeah. I had a little place over here that I cleared, and I put like 2 dog houses for my dogs that are no longer with me. You know, stuff like that. Doesn't mean shit to you guys, but it means something to me. Also, this edge of the map is just... Fuck you, trees. I still need to close it off better. Yeah. You can kind of just walk out of the map, jump over a fence, and just end all reality here. You're not supposed to go over here, though. This is like the far west of the map. East side as well. Didn't even thought about it. I mean, I've been speaking English for like 25 years now, so... I used to sound more English, because I used to play PlayStation at like a normal time of day. And now I just play very, very late, so it's all US servers or EU servers that get hijacked by US people. I also had a couple colleagues at work that are from Wales, so they only spoke English. So I used to speak more English in a day than Dutch. Which is kind of weird, just thinking about it. By the way, the map name is Peregrestia, which means crossroads. So this is it. This is the crossroads. I blocked these off so that people can't just come flying around here at 110 kilometers an hour. You know, they kind of have to stop here, and then this just goes on to the other side of the map. These double roads I did block off. Like, I tried to make tunnels, and I just blocked those off with random stuff. Yeah, this works. It doesn't have to make sense, alright? No one's supposed to be here. On the other side, I think I did exactly the same thing. Just 2 pipes and some vehicles. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, the pipe stops there. Just don't think about it. See? I just extended it, alright? Now it makes sense. Let's do that on the other side before I forget it. I sound 100% native. No DLSS. There's also no way to do YouTube and not speak proper English. Like, there is a time and a place, of course, if I look for a tutorial about anything about Windows, or, you know, like any, like, Discord settings, blah blah blah, and you open a video and the guy has an Indian accent, then I know it's gonna be a good tutorial. There is such a thing as semi-decent racism. But, yeah. Trying to sound as English as possible. I would put more obstacles on the road, but not too many. Yeah, I just want to, like... I did it over here. Just a couple more of these. Flipped vehicles, HESCO bags. And then, obviously, like, make a road that goes around it in the dirt. So it looks kind of... Oh. Alright, so it looks kind of... natural, I guess. And then also these HESCO bags have dirt in them, so I made a little hole here. People have been digging here. And the only thing that's missing now, let me show you, is a shovel. Put a shovel here. Put another shovel here. put a wheelbarrow put a little wheelbarrow right there. Yeah, it almost looks real. Realism, am I right? Roads could use some dressing on the sides. I would do some cars and fallen trees on the big crossing roads. Let me share something about these big roads. When you put in forests, you can make it like I did a couple of these, right? You can make it so it's like this is the line where the forest should stop. Alright, this is like this tree line of birch trees. But the birch tree line does not give a shit about where the road starts. Even if you select it, right? Even if you enable that, you're still gonna have to hand clear everything, kind of. Which is what I did, so you just... Ugh, this brings memories, boys. You go across the roads real slow like this. And then let's say this is in the road, right? Because it spawns it just randomly everywhere, and you're like, oh, this, I have to move this. Alright, moving on. And then you just do every single road like this. Every single road. Also, normally stuff start out with grass, so it's gonna have like a grass texture underneath it. You have to paint the whole thing in whatever color or whatever thing you want it to be. But yeah, some like normal cars, not necessarily wrecks, but just abandoned cars. There's a lot of them. I have BMPs, BRDM2s, I have cannons, M113s, there's like trucks, cars, helicopters, little jeeps, these, whatever these are, these vans. They're burnt out. I could use some of those. Get some T-62 turrets just randomly flipping on the road. It's all possible. Maybe some little bunkers next to the road? Oh yeah. I have a couple of those. The thing is, I have some of those, and then you kind of... Like, this is just vehicles, right? But then a bit further, I should have a bunker somewhere. The thing is, it's got camo net on it, so I can't really find it anymore. Because it's a bunker. The camouflage is too good. It might be on the other side of the road. I can't remember. That's a little problem. Oh, right here. Yeah. I knew that. I knew this was here. So you have a little bunker looking out on the road, which is kind of blocked off by this tree, so turn this. Oh yeah. Nice little sight line. You can keep an eye on the road on this side. And then I could like double it up. Put one on this side as well, but this is already kind of blocked off by the middle. Yeah, the roads need dressing up for sure. But let me open Discord real quick. I have a roadmap. I'm also gonna end the stream in like 10 minutes here, so maybe it's good if I just go through the roadmap like I did last stream at the end. Let's go through like a billion pictures here. Roadmap. Right, so right now I have the trenches dug. Roads and forests and stuff. Towns, farms, industrial, all that stuff is placed. I have my dugouts kind of made. I did the craters. The spawns are blocked out. No rubble, no trench dressing, no polish. Now this right here, patch 0.2, is the first version I can send to like the guy that does the logic for the modes. But this is gonna be like a playtest version. Like a private playtest, not everyone. Just those that need to playtest are gonna be able to playtest. If you want to playtest, join my Discord, send me a PM, and I'll probably just add you to the list. But for that playtest, all the buildings are locked in place. The only thing that's going to change about the buildings in the future is they either will be removed completely by destruction, right? So add fully rubble, or I'm just going to leave it standing. Whatever makes most sense. But a lot of buildings are going to be rubble and ruins. Then for the playtest version, the trenches are going to be fully dressed with cover, so sandbags, those wood logs, crates, planks. Fully dressed with cover does not mean finalized, alright? They're not going to have the garbage in them or the rubble or whatever. But fully dressed. Forest, roads, spawn areas finalized. That just means no more changes to the trees, the roads. The spawn areas are going to be the size that they are right now. Because they're big enough. Like, they're more than big enough. All the terrain will be flattened and smooth under all key areas. I already have this done right now, I believe. It's just, in this playtest, people are definitely going to find patches of road that are too wobbly. Right? If that makes sense. So they just tell me where that is, I go smooth that out. That's like doable in 10 minutes. After this playtest, the layout is going to be frozen in place. So nothing is going to change from that point on. Or nothing is going to be moved. Things are just going to be replaced with broken versions. And I might add some basements here and there. I'm still trying to find a way to do tunnels underground. So I'll just dig out a bit of ground, put a basement in there. And that's one of those, like, you guys have watched some combat footage. You know, there's basements that people hide in for drones and stuff. Thinking of doing a couple of those scattered around the map. But yeah, I need to find a good mod that lets me do that. Patch 0.3, this is like the updated playtest version. So I'm gonna begin replacing clean structures with the ruined stuff. Add piles of rubble, crater, and destroyed props. I'm gonna start the terrain painting, so finalizing all the dirt paths. I'm still looking for a texture of burned ground, so I can kind of add like burn spots for some of the craters. Some trenches may be better with some burned ground as well. Grass blending, that's already done. I'm doing that as I do the trenches. More visual storytelling. Someone in the chat earlier said something about storytelling. This just means like I might add some stuff in the woods, like some random tents, campfires, those vehicles you guys said that'll block roads, wrecked vehicles, exploded vehicles, but no more changes to terrain or object positions after this playtest. Then patch 0.4, I'm gonna finalize all the ruins and rubbles. I might add like some more foliage and stuff in places and fix some of the sight lines and others. And then I also put here add landmark props like towers and statues and stuff. Most of those are already done. Some ambient details, so barbed wire. This is the point that I start adding trash. Like spent bullet casings and stuff in bunkers. Add some medic trash to the medic tents. Broken signage, that's street signs. That's gonna take a while. God, I'm dreading the street signs already. Finalize terrain barriers and soft boundaries. This is the edges of those roads that I just filled up with trash. I might have to put like a proper barrier there somehow. Then another playtest, of course, and then patch 0.5. These are like the weather and stuff, like the sky, lighting settings, possible fog on the edges. Do a last check for floating or clipping props, which is just gonna be like a group effort of everyone giving me feedback. Like there's a tree sticking out here or a house sticking out of the ground on this position. You know, stuff like that. You can all help me with that at the same time. Final performance sweep. This is... I think I already have someone doing console playtesting on PS5. So I'm still looking for an Xbox player that would like to, I guess, just drive through the map and tell me where his game crashes or whatever. I'm not sure if Xbox could be able to play along with this. Then remove all test assets. I'm not using test assets. I was planning on using just blocks, you know, metal blocks to block out where I wanted houses, but I could kind of remove this part of the roadmap. A final logic sync and bug check. This bug check is just feedback from you guys, and then the logic sync is gonna be me asking the guy that makes the game modes, like, hey, where'd you want to make the objective? Should I clear anything out? Should I remove something? Make some space at spawn? Something that needs to be removed or added? Yeah. That's the time that we can do that. And then patch 1.0, the final public release, means that the terrain and visuals are done. The guys that are making maps can do their logic integration. I'm gonna upload the map. From all the playtesting, I'll do screenshots, videos, stuff like that. Try and make a final trailer before the map is done of me just like flying around the map, I guess, with a joystick, so I have like smooth aim so that the trailer isn't shaky as hell. And yeah, that's it basically. Oh, we got a message. But yeah, that's basically it for now, I think. I don't know if you guys have any more questions, just feel free to ask. Apart from that, you know, something that you guys might be interested in is like a day and night cycle. Or maybe you have questions about the weather, you know, what does this weather state look like, or what does that weather state look like? That's not something that I do with the terrain. That's just per server. Like if I make a Game Master mode, you can literally go into Game Master, press V, and then just change the weather like that. It's not something I control. I can choose what's available, but I have every vanilla weather system enabled. So it could be day or night, rain, cloudy, foggy, and then storm, I think. Very impressive. Thanks for sharing. Well, thank you guys for being here. I didn't expect... Let's see. Yeah, we got 80 views on the stream. That's the most I've ever gotten, I think, for, like, during the live stream. Average view duration is 5 minutes. That's fine. People usually watch these when they're done. What else did I want to talk about? If you guys do any playtesting, please, for the love of God, just try to break the map. Try and play in like the most memey way that you guys want. If you guys want to attack this objective, then don't be afraid to just go straight through the woods here. right? And then just flank through this side. You don't have to use all the roads, right? Just try and use all of the map if you guys are going to do any playtesting in the future. Try and use all the maps, like all the roads available, all the forests, because this is the edge of the map, but it doesn't mean that you're not allowed to be here, right? You're not supposed to be jumping over this and then falling off, but you can just use these woods to flank. They're really dense, and there's a lot of visual cover here, so yeah, feel free to use them. I don't know if anyone has any more questions. Do keep in mind that I am limited by the engine. Like I said, the basements I want to do, it's totally possible that it's just not doable for me without adding like 17 different mods to the map, which I don't want to do. Oh look, it's a tree in the middle of the road that I haven't cleared yet. So this this is what I have to do to all these roads. You gotta go through them and manually delete everything. Is it gonna be UK versus... You mean US versus Russia? Well, the map itself is whatever the creators want to do. Like, if they want to, if you want to take this map and do US versus Russia or Ukraine versus Russia or whatever, you can do that. Or if you want to take this and play vanilla on it, that's totally possible as well. Or you could use the, what's the, I think it's like a American Civil War mod. So it's US versus US, but it's like jeans and flannel shirts. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's still trees on streets somewhere. Like I'm sure I've checked thoroughly, but there's bound to be some stuff still on the road somewhere. Like, it's kind of clean looking right now, I understand. But to me personally, I was trying to team up with the creators of Theater of War, which is a, let me show you. Theater of War, you can kind of describe it like it's King of the Hill with exfilling. So you go to a specific zone, you get points, and then you need your buddy in a helicopter to exfil you out. And yeah, definitely check out their Discord for sure. TOW, Theater of War. Power lines, still need to add those, but I don't know. Where I'm from, you don't really see a lot of power lines. Everything is underground. I don't see the need for power lines, but I was gonna do those when I did the broken signage. So when I do the road signs and stuff, I can just, like the, it's on the other side. This is the power station. So I can kind of just do from this power station to this village, and that's it. And then from industrial, well, this has power stations itself. I can just take like one pole from industrial, go through the woods here, and bring it to this town and just be done with it. Street lights, yeah, I need to add the sign, like the street stuff. I just called it signage, but I, like, in my mind I know what I mean. I know. The roadmap might not make sense to everyone. But yeah, like right now, I'm I'm astounded I made it this far. Are you gonna make a server yourself with the game mode, or are you just gonna... That's the thing. That's what I wanted to say, yeah. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So, I was planning on working together with the developers for Theater of War. And, they could possibly make, like, a smaller version of their game mode to fit my map. Take out the helicopters, leave in the normal vehicles. And then, you would have persistent levels and stuff through their servers and mine. But then he told me how much it costs to run one of those servers on a monthly basis, and I don't have the money for that at all. So either it's gonna be like less player count, like not a 128 player server with all the, you know, fancy bits and bobs, but let's say 50 people on this map, right? 25 versus 25, or maybe just 20 versus 20, or maybe, you know, 75 or something in between. Maybe that is doable financially for me, because I would be paying the whole thing with like just YouTube revenue. And if I look at my YouTube revenue right now, I could possibly let me see here. I could do like a €50 a month, no problem. But if it goes any higher than 60, I'm kind of on the edge of being able to do it or not. And one of their servers could possibly cost twice as much as that, or, you know, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, depending on the player count and all that. So it's kind of a bummer to hear, but, you know, I would love to run their mode. If not, I'd still want to do like a no, there's no water on this. None at all, because problem is, if you put the water in, then some spots are gonna be like, so even some of the trenches are gonna fill up with water. This is totally landlocked, like there's no water around it or in it at all. But yeah, about the server, I would love to make my own server, or pay for a server monthly. That's fine. And have a game mode that is not conflict, because I really hate working with supplies and all that stuff. I just want a mode where you have to go to the front line, get kills, or hold an objective for a certain amount of time, or, you know, delete a whole squad of enemy players in a certain area, stuff like that. And that's perfect for that, right? Because you have, this is like a frontline trench, and this is a frontline trench, and then to capture the enemy's trench, you have to be able to cross this road, get into their trench system on the sides here, or just in a frontal attack. Or you could kind of like push in through this like vertical trench system and then go in through the sides. Because people have asked me like, where are the roads for logistics? This is not, it's not supposed to be a conflict map at all. It's too small, man. How are you gonna realistically run logistics from right here to here? It's doable, right? You can drive up to it and everything, but this is like a 2-minute drive. This is like playing Conquest and driving up to the first flag, and that's it. There's no way, like, there's definitely just gonna be someone sitting on top of here with an RPG or something, watching you get resources up there and then just blasting you. So yeah, Conquest is just not, it's not in the books. I definitely did not make this with conflict in mind. It's not a mode that I enjoy a lot, honestly. I like those big maps and the big battles and stuff. Just, I don't enjoy having to play for an hour or so before I can finally get my transport helicopter and actually have fun. Or like drive for 30 minutes chasing objectives, and you know, it's And then there's also the fact that some people, like let's say this is conflict, right? And people push all the way to the end over here, right? This is the end of the trench system on this side as well. So you would say capture this bit and then you win, right? But then there's also people that are like, oh, let's retreat because otherwise I can't use my attack Apache that I spent 2 hours playing for to get the XP. It doesn't make sense in my head. So conflict is not, it's not my favorite mode. It would be so cool if you can make your own YouTube videos on your own map. I'm hoping a lot of people are gonna make YouTube shorts and stuff on this map, because every time I see trench warfare on YouTube shorts, the first comments are always, what server is this? What map is this? And if, like, maybe not these trenches, because these aren't specifically made for combat, like you can fight in these for sure, but if they get into the other side if they get into one of these trenches, or I should say one of these that's actually finished with sandbags, like getting into gunfights in one of these trenches is gonna be 10 times more fun than me sitting on top of this building trying to snipe Jimmy Johnson over there at the farm, you know, that's on the water thing. That's also why I did, like, a lot of buildings in the residential zones are pretty close to each other. I want that CQB fighting. I want to focus on infantry, even though there's roads everywhere. Like, there's these little pathways that vehicles can't reach, so this would be a good place to get shot at from this building. What are your favorite game modes? Honestly, the Theater of War mode I played, that's definitely up there. I enjoy King of the Hill when I play with a couple friends that are, like, they just got into Arma. A friend of mine plays on console as well, and he just, you know, not the brightest guy. So King of the Hill was a lot easier to play with him, and he actually enjoyed it instantly, so that was fun. Then there's also, like, the last time I played was on a Game Master server. And they also just had a PvP scenario, but it was like PvPVE, I guess it's called. So we were fighting, I think it was US versus Taliban, or US versus enemy, right? And then there was also PvE, because he sent in, like, civilians somehow, that if you shot them you would get, like, minus XP or whatever it's called. I do enjoy realism. Like, I don't play this to be a run and gun shooter. I do enjoy the slow play, and like, when you're clearing trenches, I get that it's cool for you to hold this angle while your buddy throws nades over you, and then you both wait till it explodes, and then you start working forward, right? And you do the clearing stuff. Maybe throw a smoke in here or a nade, and there's, you know, I'm all for the realism and stuff. It's fun. Do I play with viewers? I have. I honestly haven't played in a bit because, well, yeah, Reforger. Reforger tools. I've been playing this more than the actual game by this point. I've got 10 hours more in the flame. Like, more than 10 hours. I think if you go on my profile, 190 hours in tools and 174 in Reforger itself. It's been a while that I've just played Arma for fun, you know, because I'm either doing the YouTube videos or I'm doing this. Mostly when I play right now, it's King of the Hill, because it's just that I need that fast Arma action. I don't play every day. I do this every day though, but I don't play that much anymore. I'm sure once the playtest version goes live, or let's say I buy a server to do playtests in public, then I'm sure I'm gonna have to schedule out Reforger tools, because otherwise I'm just gonna keep playing my own map. But yeah, I'm up to play with viewers for sure. Not on live though, probably. I usually don't stream when I'm playing anything. Streaming Arma is, I mean, I'm not saying everyone is out to get me or anything, but it's very easy to just get stream sniped. Like if you think you're being sneaky, go into a specific point on the map and, you know, let's say you're like, oh, I'm gonna be a sneaky sniper and climb up here and, oh, I finally made it, and bam, you get instantly tapped by some dude that's like stream sniping you. You know, so I'm okay with playing with viewers for sure. But I'll be recording instead of streaming. Because there's also a lot of N-bombs while playing Arma, and a lot of other stuff I have to censor. The last stream I did got demonetized because some moron started playing music in a helicopter. It is what it is. But yeah, if you ever want to play, like, just join me on Discord and hit me up. I play a lot of hardcore, but every squad I play with is just so useless, and after they die, you never find them again. I feel you, man. It's better in Reforger, though. If you've ever played squad, it's even worse. Like, in squad, you join... the rounds start, you join a squad, and the squad leader instantly leaves just to make you squad leader, and then you leave, and then everyone leaves the squad, and then you rejoin it, and it's just Spanish guys, and nobody speaks Dutch or English or whatever. Yeah, Reforger is a little bit better. I'd be down to play some hardcore. I do have a strange little request, though, of everyone I play with. Is that we have to speak English. I know it's a bit weird to ask of someone that speaks the same language you do, but like even some of my friends, I'm like, bro, we can play, but I'm recording, so please talk English, please. And then they do. They understand though. But it's kind of a weird request maybe. Although in Arma, I think it's best for everyone to just speak English in the mic. But we can do like a private call on Discord and only speak Dutch in there and just use English for in-game. That's fine as well. But yeah, I'll be down to play. Not today though. Like after this, I'm gonna get some food. I haven't eaten today. Not yet anyway. What is this? Oh, I took I took every cafe in the game. I put it here. they're all different names. Like this is Progress Bar, Kamzik, Upirata, Mortonka, Postinstve. What's this called? Hostinek. Si. Restaurace. Hostinek. Wait. Grocha. It's a difference. Progress bar. Yeah, these are all bars. Cafes, whatever. They have the same layout, but not inside. There's different beds and stuff in here. Again, you have a nice view. I really need to bunker these up, or at least like the sides. Yeah, you guys are right. But yeah, like I said, not sure about the game mode just yet, or the type of server. If the Theater of War stuff doesn't work out, I'll have like a whole other level of work on my hands to make a game mode. Because it's not as simple as just clicking play on a map and then clicking game mode and pressing OK. Like I have to set up the whole game mode. But if I do... What if I do like a capture point here, one in the trenches, one in these trenches, and then one over here. So 4 points, move it up a bit, 4 points again, then in these trenches, 4 points, 4 points on the other side, etc., etc. And then if we play 32 versus 32, you would have 4 squads of 4 per side. So 4 people per objective. 32 players is definitely doable for me financially. I could do more, but I'll have to play tests. What player count does not lag the server or whatever. But yeah, I'll have to find that out in the future. There's no way I can predict any of that right now. It's definitely gonna be like, I don't know, 50-60 euro a month or something. I'm not gonna take any donations of any kind, because if the donations stop, then the server dies instantly if I can't, like, financially support it myself. And the YouTube revenue going into this is kind of, I mean, it's a nice way of giving back. This is the church tower. Nice view of the a nice view of the cemetery. Yeah. The test server is gonna that depends on the Theater of War people. Like the first playtest versions of the map are just gonna be game mastered, so people can host it themselves and use it on their own servers. And then once the map is almost done, then I'm gonna look into either getting a server and running Theater of War, or getting a server and make my own game mode. Preset classes, M4 versus AK probably, or maybe just AK versus AK, because that's how the fight is done these days. Get like a base loadout, right? Like in squad, actual classes have a rifleman, machine gunner, marksman. Get like 5 preset classes. Maybe have like a where's the spawn? I've thought about this before. Let's say you have a vehicle spawner here. You spawn in here with your class. There's a box to rearm your guns, and there's a box with attachments. So you get your preset stuff with iron sights, and if you want a specific sight, you can just grab it for free. Is it the game mode that costs money, or just running it on Arma itself? No, the server costs money. So a server for, let's say, 100 players, it needs a very, very beefy setup. So you're paying for that monthly, and then the game mode itself, since it like saves your progress, right? If you're level 5 in my server, you're gonna be level 5 in someone else's server running the same mode, like King of the Hill. They need to save that data somewhere. So I guess they have a second little setup that costs, I don't know, maybe like half of what the normal server costs. But yeah, that just gets added to that. So I'm basically paying for I'm paying for a server, I'm making the map, and they can use that map and run their mode on my server. It will be a changed mode though. Like imagine King of the Hill, but it has no helicopters. It has like let's say I don't want any drones in there, so I'd be like, please don't add drones, and they'll be like, all right, and then that's it, you know. But it could be like it might as well just be like there is the chance that we don't align perfectly mentally, or however I should explain this, right? If our thoughts don't line up and we're both like, all right, this is not working out, thank you for making the map, then I can still be like, all right, please tell me how to make this for my game mode, or how to make that. And then I just run my own server with a smaller player base, but still like the mode that I want. And if I don't have to use Theater of War mode, I can make my own rules. So if I want to make a server and have like a server event where I put random RPGs on the floor everywhere, or you know, something stupid like that. Can't you make kits that gets players tanks or better attack helicopters or drones, maybe, that you make your money from there as well? You mean like loot boxes? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean like... Oh no, I can't ask for any money. There's no... Like, commission is not allowed. We're allowed to work together on something. Like, I can make the map, they can make the mode, we can kind of team up like that. But if I made the map and I was like, alright, give me 100 euros for this map, that's not allowed. There's no way you can get paid for... No. You cannot ask for money in exchange for game stuff. The way Theater of War is doing it is they are making achievements. I've seen it. It's on their Discord. So let's say you get 100 headshots, then you can get an AK with like a camo thing around it. You know, one of those... how do you say it? You get those camouflage tapes, right? So let's say you get 100 headshots, you get camouflage around your sniper scope or something like that. Or you get, let's say you take out 10 vehicles in 10 days, right? You take out 10 Jeeps in 10 days with an RPG. Then you get an achievement for that, and they might just reward you with, I don't know, like an RPG that has a smiley face on the rocket or something like that. That's totally doable. But they are definitely not allowed to accept any form of currency for that. It's possible to donate for servers, I think. I'm not sure. Or if I say like, you know, buy me a coffee, you know, that stuff. Like support me on Patreon, or buy me a coffee, or just a donation on YouTube. That's kind of legal, I guess. But I can't go like, give me 20 euros and you get like a VIP ghillie suit that's super effective, and you know. Yeah, the rocket smile. I just came up with that just now. I don't don't quote me on that. That's not in the game. I might ask Quint to make that though. That sounds dope. But no, he's got. Let me see on Discord here. Preview. Oh, by the way, this guy got AI helicopters to work. Oh, the music. It's kind of low res, but this right here is a artificial intelligence flying the heli. So he can exfil and infill you by sending AI over that lands. You can get in. These guys are like ex King of the Hill creators. This is the achievement bit. They'll have detailed rankings. They'll have a website that you can join and see your rank, your KD, leaderboards. Right here, he's got sharpshooter, 100 headshots, which is gonna give him like a golden achievement. Right here, AK-47 legendary, M4A1S with an epic skin, an AWP legendary skin. He's working on all this stuff. This mode was really fun, by the way. I had a lot of fun doing this. It's like a King of the Hill. You get points from getting kills and stuff on the objective, and then you have to make it back to your base to exfil and get those points. Funny thing is, if you watch one of my previous streams where I playtest that mode, I call for an exfil, and who else rolls up with Arma Pilot rolls up in a little bird upside down, does the classic landing and stuff, and just exfils me. Very surreal experience. Like the actual Arma Pilot. But yeah, a game mode like that could totally work in here if they change it a little bit. Right, you still have the spawn over here, maybe like a couple vehicle spawns so you can get like a typhoon or something if you're high level, or I don't know, maybe you've done some achievements and you get like a Toyota pickup truck with metal plates on the side. You pick one of the routes, you're all filled up with dudes. You roll up here, you let everyone out, they get into their trench, and then as long as they are like in these two trench systems, they get points for killing people, right? And on the other side as well, if they are in this middle bit of the map, they get points. And then they call in their buddy and they're like, all right, I have like 20,000 points, I'm almost out of ammo, I need to get the hell out of here. And then their buddy is gonna grab a car from spawn, drive all the way up here. They'll like mark it with smoke or whatever. The guy stops here, everyone gets in, and then hopefully they drive off safe. And that's the game mode. My PC specs. Oh. I don't know all the details, but I know it's got 32 gigabytes of RAM. I've got a 4070 Ti in there, and then an i9 9900K, I think. Why am I questioning this? I should know this. One sec. Let me check this. Properties. Oh, about to dox myself. Right. 32 gigs of RAM, i9 9900K, 4070 Ti, and then I have 6.5 terabytes of storage. Only 300 gigabytes is used. What else does this show? This shows like my personal information, right? Windows Windows. Yeah, I have it right here. One sec. Task manager. Yeah, 9900K. God damn it! What are you gonna download that needs 6 terabytes? Pictures of your mom, probably. Whoops. Stuff like this, right? You're a pilot, Harry. No, I need a lot of storage for YouTube and stuff, man. I record in 2K 60 FPS, so if I let me see. One of my recording folders is 59 gigabytes, and that's just the recordings that I haven't checked out yet. So yeah, I still have 60 gigabytes of footage to go through. And that's just only from recording the playtest, I think. This was because I recorded earlier instead of playing Go Live, so I was recording myself doing the exact same thing I was gonna do in the intro of the stream, and then I was like, oh, I'm a dingus. I didn't hit live, I hit record. So yeah, that's we can delete that one. Yo. Properties. Oh, now it's only 58 gigabytes. That's doable. 12 files, 60 gigs. Yeah. And then of course, like Steam and stuff, some video games take up a lot of space. Right now, I only have 3 games installed and Reforger tools. A Reforger, Nexus FPV drone warfare. So this is fun. This is a fun FPV drone simulator. If you have like an actual drone controller, this is a lot of fun. And then Military Conflict Vietnam. This is like a source game. I haven't played this in a while, but it's pretty good. But yeah, I used to have like a lot of games installed. I have 300 something games. I used to have a lot of them installed at the same time, which is, I mean, I only play like 2 of them at a time. But a lot of them I had it installed at the same time. So yeah, 6 terabytes goes by pretty fast. I also used to have a lot of movies and music and stuff. Now it's just Netflix and Spotify, I guess. God, I haven't touched a lot of these games in a long time. Dirt Rally. Alright, I have a... You might not be interested in this at all, but I have like a full Moza setup with a wheel and shifter and handbrake. One of those playseat chairs. I used to do a lot of drifting, and then I started playing Rally, and then I just stopped. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of drifting in... Where is it? There it is. Assetto Corsa. 167 hours. You see a pattern in my playtimes? Yeah, Rocket League. I played the most. MW2. I played COD 4 more, but it was like pro mod, so it's like off the books. Yeah, 50 hours is usually my... Like 40 or 50 hours is usually my threshold where I start giving up. I either give up or I keep playing. It's one of those. Uh, this is a very good game. If you guys have VR, Tactical Assault VR is totally dope. I'd have a couple videos on it, but I haven't played it in a while. My VR is kind of broken right now. And this game is riddled with little kids on a quest, but if you have, like... I used to play this with a guy from the US. We both have 0 military experience. But clearing rooms is fun. I used to play Airsoft, so there's a little bit of room clearing in there, but nothing like this. It's a pretty good game. It's like Ground Branch in VR, kind of. But yeah, some of these games I'll never, like Spider-Man, I 100% the story and then I just quit, which is 13 hours. I paid 70 euros for this game. It's the dumbest shit ever. Fuck this game. Euro Truck Simulator. Yeah. Oh my god, The Last of Us. I was so hyped to finally play it on PC, and then just before I got the game, I watched the whole series like a moron, so I kind of jinxed the whole story. After 11 hours, I was like, fuck, I did this to myself, I guess. No turning back. A lot of old dead games. Postal 2. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I guess we went over everything all over again, just like in last stream. If you guys have any more questions, right now is the time, because I'm gonna... Well, I said I was gonna quit the stream like 45 minutes ago, but... I kind of just kept rambling on, I guess. It could probably be the couple of beers. Now, I'm not really hungry anymore. I'm very thirsty right now. And I got iced tea right here. Lemon iced tea from the Aldi. Some good shit. Freeway. Aldi or Lidl? Lidl. It's from the Lidl. Yeah. Oh. These bottles are made of the thinnest shit ever. Nah, man, you need to eat right now. Is it not boiling inside of your room right now? Like, how can you guys eat? Normally I eat around 10 p.m. So this isn't out of the ordinary or anything. My man, haven't eaten all that, you know? I could go for some chicken and potato. But I'm gonna eat outside, I think. Ugh. So no more questions, boys. I'll leave it at that. So wait, I've talked about this, I've talked about that. Here is the ray traced trench system. It's an NVIDIA trench system. I'll let you guys look at that while I go and exit out the stream. Alright. Again, thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys are a little bit hyped for the possible server teamwork with Theater of War and all that. If you have any more questions or you want to play test in the future or you have any input for the map, like bunker up the apartment buildings, anything like that, feel free to send me a PM on Discord or just in Discord general chat. That's fine. I'm gonna go pretend like I'm gonna go grab something to eat, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.